Welcome to This Week from Blue Mountain Broadcasting. I'm your host, Lynelle Ellis, president of Blue Mountain Broadcasting Association, and I'm very delighted that you have joined me today for the This Week show. On today's episode, I will be interviewing Hannah Schafer, and she is an award-winning violinist, and she's going to be sharing with us about what music means to her, and particularly Christmas music, and she is going to play a piece for us on the violin as well. So can't wait for that, looking forward to it. And then I will have some things to share with you related to what's going on at the station news, and some really important information about our Christmas specials that are airing on Blue Mountain Television. So stay tuned for that. And to open up the show with here, we will begin with our devotional thought. You know, today is the third in the series that we are having here on the This Week show about the life of Christ, the story of how he came to earth. And for the 5 weeks of December, I'm sharing passages from one of my favorite little books. And this little book is called Messiah. And it's about the life and ministry of Jesus. Now, Messiah is actually a retelling of the story from the classic The Desire of Ages by Ellen White. And Messiah was penned by Jerry D. Thomas. And I love the newer wording in it. And it's really been a big blessing for me to read through this book and contemplate on the life of Christ a number of times. We've read it together as a family as well, more than once. And in fact, right now we're reading through some of the early descriptions in the book about Jesus coming, and we're reading that together as a family and really enjoying it. So I hope that you will enjoy these selections from that book as we make our way through the life of Christ. And today's reading is called Lifting the Weight. When Jesus looked out at the hard-working people of Galilee, he longed to take away their pain and worry. He said, "Come to me, all of you who are tired and have heavy loads, and I will give you rest." He saw that they were worn out by the cares of life. They were trying to fill their hopeless hearts with the pleasures and promises of everyday life. He offered them something more. Jesus said, "Accept my teachings and learn from me, because I am gentle and humble in spirit, and you will find rest for your lives." What was missing from their hearts and lives was God, an understanding of his love and his plan for them. Jesus spoke these words for all human beings. Whether they admit it or not, all humans are carrying heavy burdens that only Jesus can take from them. The heaviest burden is the weight, the guilt of sin. This weight alone would crush us if we were left to carry it. But Jesus, the sinless one, came to carry the guilt of our sins and the burden of our worries and sorrows. Whatever human weakness we find in ourselves, we can turn to Jesus for help. Whatever trial or problem we face, we can turn to him, and he will give us the strength to face it, the wisdom to accept it, and the endurance to get through it. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining me now is Hannah Schafer, award-winning violinist. And Hannah, it is really great to have you on the show today.
It's good to be here.
We want to talk about music and the love of music and the enjoyment that music brings. And I'd like to start by asking you, what you've been playing the violin since you were pretty young. How young were you?
I started when I was 3. So yeah, my parents got me this little tiny violin, and they started me on violin lessons, and I liked it. It was good, and I've been playing ever since.
You must have liked it because you've turned it into something that you're really accomplished at.
Yeah, I liked it, but then I think when I was like 12 or 13, I started really liking it for myself and wanting to actually practice more for just playing because I liked it and listening to lots of violin music and stuff. So
yes,
yeah, now I love it.
So you probably can hardly remember before you played the violin.
I mean, I I mean, I was 3, so I don't have memories of, but I do have a memory of sitting on the couch in our old house, and I was listening to the Suzuki Book 1, and I was trying to play the last song, and it had a low 2, and that's not something like you play with your fingers, and that's not something I'd learned yet, and my mom's like, well, you can't quite play that song because you don't have that, and I was like, I want to try it. It's just like this fuzzy memory that I have.
Yes, and that's kind of how you are still about the violin. You know, if you don't know how to do it, you're going to learn how to do it and find out and get better.
Well, let's just try it out. Why not?
For sure. So you've been playing the violin a long time, and I'm sure appreciate music. Do you play any other instruments?
Oh, I do some piano. I like doing piano, although I feel less comfortable at it. But it's fun. It's really fun, especially with my violin students, like to try to play piano with them.
Yes.
And then I play some viola. I've played like in string quartets or orchestra sometimes, and it's sometimes really fun depending on the music and depending on the viola I'm playing. If it's a nice viola, it's fun, and if it's not as nice, it's like, oh.
A little scratchy.
Right, yeah.
So music's probably pretty important to you in your life. Can you kind of describe what it means to you?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it's something like a pastime that I spend a lot of time on. So it sounds kind of bad, but it gives me something to do. Like I don't know how to describe it. So I meet a lot of people through music and have lots of activities. So I like that part of it, that you have lots of activities and opportunities to do really fun things or go places that I wouldn't get if I wasn't a musician, because
You've probably traveled a lot related to music, yes?
Yeah, for sure. So that's really fun. But then besides that, like more on a personal level, I like the memories that music brings. Like when you listen to music, it's like, oh, I remember hearing this before, and I remember being with that person, or we were at this trip, and it just brings back memories like that, which is really fun for me personally. And maybe with someone else or whatever, but for me especially, it's like, oh, we did this and this was great. And it's just really pretty, especially when when I'm not, like I just need to listen to it sometimes, especially when I'm not feeling so happy. It's like, oh, yes. I need to just have music going a lot. So
do you have certain music that you turn to when maybe you're feeling a little bit down or whatever?
Not anything that I can just think off the top of my head. It depends.
Sure. So you mentioned that it gets you connected with other people. So groups, you've been in a number of music groups, different sizes, yeah? Yeah,
quite a few. I've played in Rogers and Wava Orchestra, the Walla University Orchestra, and Violin Praise. So those are like the big orchestras I've played in. Walla Symphony sometimes. And then lots of smaller groups like string quartets and Rejoice Trio with the Kerns, and I think that
has connected you with a lot of people.
Yeah, totally.
Very much so. So music can really lift people's spirits, which you kind of alluded to, and that's important and might be part of why we tie music so closely with the Christmas holiday, which we certainly do. I mean, can we imagine Christmas time without music? It just doesn't even seem possible. So what are some of your favorite Christmas songs? And maybe let's connect this with the violin, like with orchestra, or to play on your own with violin.
Oh, there's so many. Something I love playing with the Walla University Orchestra is the Christmas concert that we do it's Friday night. We do 2 concerts, and that's just so much fun. So I'm really missing that this year, but lots of the songs that we've done there, my brother and I both love to find them on YouTube and listen to them later on. So one of them I like is Green Sleeves, a Fantasia on Green Sleeves by Ralph Vaughan Williams, and just really pretty, has harp, and I love it. So that's one of my favorites. Sleep Holy Child, which I will be playing soon, is also one of my favorites that I've heard other Christmases, and finally played on my violin this year. What else? Oh, Nutcracker. I love, especially the overture. I've been listening to that a lot recently. It just makes me so happy to hear just it's just so
There's
great.
A lot of fun music in the Nutcracker, for sure.
So those are some of my favorites.
Some of your favorite Christmas ones. Yeah, you mentioned, not having the concert this year, and it would be kind of probably strange for us not to mention that this is a different year when it comes to music. How's that been for you? Has it been frustrating, disappointing?
Some of each, for sure. I miss, the feeling of going to a Christmas concert and like there's all these Christmas lights and it's just packed with people and everyone's just so happy. You can just
there's
feel,
a feeling in the air, isn't there?
This excitement of everybody just loving it. So I miss that. And even with masks and stuff, it's not the same, and you're all distanced and stuff. That it's just not the same. But at the same time, we do have a lot more time. And sometimes for me, it's especially when I plan different things, everybody has to have a Christmas concert. So then I end up doing a lot of stuff, which is really fun. But it's also nice to just have one thing or zero things that just feel like, even though I miss it, it's also nice to have that time at home to just relax.
I do know in past years, you were probably committed nearly every night for several weeks.
Yeah, it was mostly on the weekends. Like, it seems like we'd have Friday night and then Sabbath, church, Sabbath afternoon, and it was just like boom, 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 which it was fun. I'm glad I did it all. But it's also nice to relax.
Yes, it's quite the trade. I think everyone's experiencing that a little bit this year, that the holidays are more relaxed than we've experienced in a long, maybe ever, or maybe since we were little kids and didn't have to worry about much. But and that is it's an interesting opportunity to actually maybe reflect more on the meaning of the holiday and to spend time with the people that you're closest to, the ones you actually can be with, your family and that sort of thing. So I found that too, that it's in some ways really disappointing, but in other ways there's some rewards to it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should learn from that in future years we should have music and we should have concerts, but maybe we shouldn't drive ourselves so much that we can't relax.
Right,
I don't know.
that's true.
Well, I would really love it if you would play Sleep Holy Child that you mentioned for us here on the show.
Yes,
that would be great.
I'd love to.
That would be fantastic.
Just need to get my violin here.
Okay, while you're getting it, I just thought I would share with the viewers the lyrics, at least that I found online for it. It's Sleep, Holy Child, for thou art safe in heaven's keeping. Angels hover near, and they are here to guard thy sleeping. Shadows of the night will in the morning light be gone. Sleep, Holy Child, so meek and mild, sleep on. At thy crib we find faith and hope shined, beaming their light is beaming, gleaming to all mankind. Sleep, Holy Child, tonight with thee our hopes all rest. Matchless is thy worth, for in thy birth the earth is blessed. Sleep, Holy Child, thy coming brings a brighter dawn. Lord of life and love, from heaven above our fears are gone. O Holy Child, so meek and mild, sleep on. Amen, Bear. So beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful tune. And while you were playing, I was just thinking about this phrase from it, our fears are gone because of what Jesus did for us, because of him coming to earth and his whole life and his sacrifice. We don't have to be afraid. And even though we're in a strange year with a lot of things maybe to be fearful about, we don't have to be afraid.
I like that.
Yeah, and that's what your beautiful music spoke to me right now. Thank you so much, Hannah, for sharing the music, for sharing your thoughts about it, and for being my guest today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was fun to be here.
And thank you for watching. Please stay tuned. I'll be right back with Station News. Welcome back, and it's time now for Station News. I have to start with a big thank you to all of you who watch Blue Mountain Television and who support us financially and who pray for the ministry. You and your gifts are doing amazing things here at Blue Mountain Television, and some of them we're all benefiting from right now during this holiday season. There are a number of Christmas specials airing on the station that were recorded in previous years when people could gather together in larger groups. And we have two very important Christmas specials that are brand new this year that I want to make sure you know about and you know when to tune in to see them. The first of these is called The Heart of Christmas, and it is with Violin Praise Orchestra. And this concert was recorded recently at the Village Seventh-day Adventist Church, and you can watch it December 18 at 7 p.m. on Blue Mountain Television. That's the first time. And you can watch it again on Christmas Day, December 25 at 1 p.m. So be sure to be tuning in at one of those times, or both if you want to, for the Heart of Christmas Violin Praise Concert. And then there's also another very important concert just filmed over the weekend called Let All the World Rejoice. And this is with the Rejoice Trio, which is Eliana and Tobin Kearns and Hannah Schafer, who was just our guest here on the show. So that program, which I'm also really looking forward to seeing, there was no live audience at this and no opportunity to see it other than watching it on Blue Mountain Television. This is going to be Christmas Eve. Very, very special Christmas Eve program here on Blue Mountain Television, December 24, 6 and 9 p.m. We're also going to have an encore performance on Christmas Day, December 25 at 8:30 a.m. So again, if you didn't get all those times written down quickly enough as I was just saying them, I'm going to say them one more time, and then you can also go to our website where you will be able to find a listing of all of our Christmas specials. But one more time with the times right now, if you just grabbed your pen and you're wanting to jot them down. The Heart of Christmas with Violin Praise, December 18 at 7 p.m. and December 25 at 1 p.m. Let All the World Rejoice with the Rejoice Trio, December 24, 6 and 9 p.m., so 2 times, and December 25 at 8:30 a.m. I hope that you will be tuning in for some of the beautiful, special Christmas programming here on the station. Also, you may still be looking for a last-minute Christmas present, and we have Secret Life of the Forest DVDs available, and you can go to that at the Secret Life website. You'll see that on the screen. You could go there and order DVDs for friends, relatives, those who would love to see this very, very special program featuring our Blue Mountains and the region very close to us here. Now, I have to update you as well on what's happening at the new facility. It just wouldn't be right for me to not keep you updated because you're sending in your gifts to support the move over to the new facility and all the great things that are going to happen there. You deserve to know what's happening with that. Well, we now have, and this is really, really exciting for us. It may not seem quite as big to you, but it might if you think about the whole big picture around it. We now have internet signal at the new facility. And this is great because we can't really move on and do any of the rest of the things we need to do there until we have that. So we do. This just happened 2 days ago, and it's really, really monumental for us, and we're excited about it. Also, another thing that's taking place there, I mentioned before that we had ordered some anti-static flooring that we need to have in the equipment rooms, and that is arriving either today, as I'm recording this on Tuesday, or tomorrow. So by the time you see this show, it will have arrived, and the installation will be taking place soon after it arrives. This flooring was not inexpensive, and your gifts are what paid for it and are making it happen. We are only able to keep moving forward with our project as we have funds in hand. And so I ask that you go to our website and donate, continue to send in your gifts, but continue to support Blue Mountain Television, both our daily operation and our move to the new facility. And incorporated within that, of course, is all of the wonderful programming that you're appreciating and enjoying, programming that encourages you and others and brings you closer to Jesus and knowing God and His love even better. So I want to thank you very, very much for tuning in today, and I hope that you enjoyed this special episode where we got to enjoy that music with Hannah Schafer, that you enjoyed the updates about what's happening at Blue Mountain Television, and that you will tune in next time to This Week from Blue Mountain Broadcasting. Thanks for watching.